woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe.
In tonight's Crime Files, we have a development in the viral brick lady story. So we told you about how this woman who raised over $40,000 on GoFundMe is now charged, accused of making the entire story up.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watch, and they let that nigga get in a car. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
In the wake of the Believe Women campaign within the infamous Me Too movement, a 33-year-old Roda Osman, who became known online for saying that a man assaulted her with a brick outside of a Houston club, was charged with felony theft for the creation of a crowdfund campaign in which people online donated over $42,000. Osman is also being charged with one count of theft by deception, which could carry up to a 10-year prison sentence.
Her real name is Roda Osman. She claimed a man hit her with a brick because she wouldn't give him her number. She posted the video months ago and it went viral.
I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
On September 3rd, 2023, Houston police officers met Roda Osman and her female friend in response to an aggravated assault incident. During the investigation, officers reported that Osman was intoxicated, hostile, and irate. In the original police report made at the scene, Osman claimed that she was walking on Schumacher Lane when an unknown man threw a brick at her when she would not give him her phone number, according to court documents. She also told officers that she ordered an Uber and believed the brick throwing suspect was the Uber driver. Osman said she got into the car with him, where he then tried to kidnap her, and that the Uber driver was involved in human trafficking along with a large group of women in the car with him.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Court records say Osman called police reporting the incident, saying Olin Douglas was the man who hit her, but she changed her story multiple times, and police say they got security video of the incident that showed Osman hitting Douglas, then Douglas hitting her back, saying the video didn't match Osman's claims.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
You heard right, folks. She was the actual aggressor, and her victim responded in kind with a water bottle, not a brick. Houston police reviewed the area's surveillance cameras, and in the footage, the man that Osman claimed hit her, Olin Douglas, was also identified. Detectives said Douglas, Osman, and her friends were seen talking amongst each other and walking towards the TikTok Garden Lounge. At some point later, the group ventured into a vehicle where a dispute erupted between Osman and Douglas. The duo did have a conflict, and Osman struck Douglas and then was struck with a water bottle, contradicting Osman's original claim.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all these black men just watched.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Roda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
A security video, according to the court records, does indicate that you hit her.
Yeah.
And I know that many people will think, was there another way to diffuse that situation? Like, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I really try to defend her from hitting me again because she was continuously hitting me. I never like to consider myself a victim, but you know, it seems like my character has been slandered.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick and all these black men just watched.
This video has been seen millions of times. The man accused of the viral brick throw reached out to me for his first interview.
This was a well thought of plan, a diabolical plan.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner, but in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Roda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict.
But says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you gotta get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
You should never hit a woman in general, but I didn't want to hit her actually. It was like she hit me and I just reacted.
According to court documents, the footage didn't match what Osman told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. She's now charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried to profit from this GoFundMe that raised more than $42,000.
It's been a divide between, you know, black men, black women, and it's been, it's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested in 30 seconds from this going out.
Douglas says he's received death threats from complete strangers.
She's just manipulating people using their pain, and that should be the true crime here.
He hopes people online will be more conscious.
On September 4th, a day after the alleged assault was reported, a GoFundMe account was created and listed Osman as the beneficiary. The account raised over $42,302 as of October 25th, 2023, according to charging documents. The GoFundMe stated that a black male attacked Osman as she was walking down the street because she declined to give him her phone number. The account has been frozen after several donors reported it as fraudulent. Houston detectives said that they received a call from Daphne Sutton, a mental health advocate and blogger on TikTok, who believed Osman was conducting a scam because of a similar situation that happened in Minneapolis in 2020. She reportedly provided detectives with another GoFundMe account that was created by or for Osman in 2020 with the same narrative of a black man hitting her.
But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
Prosecutors allege theft by deception and believe she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence that I have suffers and September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman addressed those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
Her real name is Roda Osman. She claimed a man hit her with a brick because she wouldn't give him her number. She posted the video months ago and it went viral.
I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no.
She ended up stacking up more than $42,000 on a GoFundMe with the story. Now it's called a total scam.
And tonight, a spokesperson for GoFundMe telling KPRC2 GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Roda Osman has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers.
Despite the lack of evidence and with no regard to Osman's own past, advocates took to social media to pour their support into Osman's plight while also denigrating black men in general for not coming to her aid and questioning the validity of her claims. One post in particular garnered over 8,000 shares on Twitter alone. But many who did dare to question this scenario came across evidence that Roda Osman isn't the victim she claims to be. Osman's ex-roommate also told Houston detectives that she and Osman were no longer friends after discovering Osman was scamming people and she wanted no part of it. She said Osman reportedly created the GoFundMe claiming that someone else hit her.
To whoever I want. Ma'am, I don't know where you're from. I am in America. I can speak to whoever I want. I don't have to calm down. I don't have to calm down. When people are being racist to me, I will not be calm. I don't have to respond to racism with calmness. I do not have to respond to racism with calmness. No, I am upset. I am offended. And I think you're very unprofessional. And I can speak to whoever I want. Don't you ever tell me or another customer who you can talk to. I am not yelling.
Yes, you are.
Well, guess what? I will yell, and I can yell. Is yelling a crime? So she's gonna call the police on me for yelling? Call the police. I didn't do anything wrong.
You're refusing to leave the property.
I'm not refusing to leave the property. I'm making a verbal complaint, and I'm showing America how racist you are.
No problem.
Do not tell me or another black person who to talk to ever again.
I'm not telling you, but when
you just told me
when you're telling them.
But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
The document goes on to say this isn't Osman's first scam, saying in 2020 she made a GoFundMe claiming a man hit her in Minneapolis. But police there say there's no record of her being assaulted.
According to court documents, Osman has several prior charges in the Virgin Islands, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Hennepin County, Minnesota, Williamson County, Texas, and Travis County, Texas. Osman is currently on bail for a separate offense from September 22nd of 2023 for felony assault and domestic violence. She was also charged with 2 counts of misdemeanor domestic violence in Steele County, Minnesota. In Harris County, Texas, Osman is now charged with theft by deception and can face up to 10 years in prison if convicted. But the entire ordeal has been labeled Brickgate by the media as it reignites a divisive dialogue between black men and women. Diane Stewart, the Samuel Candler Dobbs Professor of Religion and African American Studies at the Emory College of Arts and Sciences, has weighed in on the matter and stated, American society, especially black men, do not listen to black women when we say, do not harm us. Please don't participate in the patriarchy. Please don't be sexist. I, however, have a different take. Based on what has occurred in our society, there's an overemphasis for others to change their behaviors and thoughts without any onus on personal accountability for one's own actions. People like Roda Osman are allowed to operate since ideologues give her cover by not taking time to critically think before throwing in their lot with her. And while people like Osman continue to dupe the public, they profit and further sow division.
How could that impact victims of assault who come forward in the future? Joining us to talk about it, publicist Brigitte Holden, attorney Ricky Hernandez, and Factor digital producer Aji Borderin. Glad to have you here on the Factor. Since Aji, you've been monitoring this for us on social media, and you brought to our attention she was in Jamaica.
Yeah, she was.
Tell us about that video she posted. How long ago did she post that video?
I want to say that was maybe about 3 to 5 days ago. So it was actually interesting because when she was supposed to turn in her, she actually agreed to turn her stuff into the police a few days ago, and she didn't show up. And that same day when she didn't show up, she posted a video talking about how much she had been through in the past year and how she was reclaiming herself and trying to pour back into herself. And she was in Jamaica, and people were saying on social media, like, are you a fugitive? Like,
right. So she's been charged with theft by deception. So theft is a crime that, based on basically the amount of money stolen, that's going to affect the degree of the crime, right? So with her crime in particular, she's stolen, as Bridget said, $42,000. When you steal anywhere between $30,000 and $150,000 in the state of Texas, that's a third-degree felony. So she's looking at anywhere from a minimum of 2 years to a maximum of 10 years in the state penitentiary for this.
So tell me what you think. Do we need to just believe women and presume all allegations are true? Do you think that Osman should be charged with theft by deception? How can someone who parrots the lines about racism while using racial tropes ever be taken seriously? Let me know in the comments below. I'm the Commentary King, and I'll see you around.
The only thing I can remember with him was he had dreadlocks.
He had dreadlocks. So can you describe his race to me?
He was black.